Hello Azeroth, it's me again, Corcoran, and today I'm here to talk about Warfronts, specifically about the battle for Stromgarde, of course. So back in the day, I used to love doing Warfronts. They were one of my favorite features included in the game, alongside with island expeditions.
These
So
lumbering
I even
brutes
got
can't
into
take the
groups
hint that they are no
while in
longer
Shadowlands
welcome in
to
Arathi.
do
Ensure
some
they get the
Warfronts,
message.
blasting through this scenario and almost one-shotting everything. But now let me share with you guys something that I've been working on for the past year or so. It's an update for the Warfronts to make them a PvPvE feature, playable in casual or ranked mode. So let me go to my website. This is called Azeroth's Vault. As you can see, it was done by Google Drive. And yeah, that's pretty much it. What we will focus on this video is this part right here, the battle for Stromgarde epic battleground, 20 versus 20 / 40 versus 40. And I will not be reading the whole document. I highly recommend you doing so, but here I'm just gonna point out the most important factors and tweaks that I will include in order to make Warfronts relevant and challenging. And yes, this is not finished. I actually have to finish this work. I actually have plans for the Darkshore Warfronts as well, but as you can see, it says work in progress because I'm not even done with the Stromgarde, the battle for Stromgarde battleground. So step by step, Okay, let me read here. There will be no units / troops to train, and the buildings will no longer be upgradable. Remember that here. Let me reach up. Okay.
I don't have a target. I need to target something first.
I do have. Oh, I was pressing the wrong button. Okay, this is the actual barracks, but in the game, in the scenario, sorry, not in the game. In the scenario, you come here, you talk with an orc, and you train your troops. That will not be included in the PvPvE version. And the buildings themselves, they were upgradable, but we will not be doing that. So your only graveyard will be the Great Hall from Argrog if Horde and Stromgarde Keep if Alliance. All players get a Hearthstone as well that teleports them back to their respective Great Hall. Remember that if you are Horde, this is your Great Hall. And this should be Argrog. This entire base is Argrog for the Horde. So there will be no flying paths this time. Remember, we used to have that in the PvE version. They were here in High Perch. In the PvE scenario, you have a flying path that you can take to travel through different locations. You can use the fly path to come back to your Great Hall. That will not be included in this PvPvE version. Also, there are plenty of trinkets for you to obtain. Actually, one example is the Azerite Orb. It gives intellect and agility. It passively consumes 3% of your maximum mana every 8 seconds, but increases your damage done by 6%. There are plenty of more trinkets, but I will not be reading them right now. They are everything is you can find everything in the document. I will leave the link below on the comment on the YouTube video, sorry. So let's move on. There's also going to be a war machine available to each faction. Remember the no thanks. Remember the the Lion's Roar from Battle for Azeroth, Lion's Roar. This would be the war machine for the Alliance.
Has cobbled together their own Azerite-powered war machine. If it's even half as potent as ours,
the Doom's Howl was the name of the Horde war machine. Yeah, it was the Lion's Roar and the Doom's Howl, I believe. So back to Argrok. Yeah, the Lion's Roar and the Doom's Howl correspondingly to each faction. Moving forward, the Battle for Stromgarde features these events that players must win if they want to take advantage over the enemy faction. A few examples are the Circle of the Elements Arena. This is the Circle of the Elements, and here you will display, I think it was 5v5 arena that I planned for it. Can't quite remember well, but I think it was 5v5. There's also payloads. If you play Overwatch from Blizzard, you know what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. And also Ogre Time. Ogre Time is an event that will require your faction to kill more ogres than the enemy faction, while fighting the enemy faction at the same time. So there are two remaining highlights of this updated Battle for Stromgarde, and these are the Veterans of Arathi mechanic, which after 6 minutes all players from both factions will gain unique powers based on their class and specialization. These Veterans of the Arathi mechanic is applied to you as soon as the gates open. You get this debuff, this debuff or buff, whatever, and after 6 minutes you get permanent upgrades, permanent powers to your class, and depending on which class and specialization you play, you get different powers. Okay. So moving on, the last feature included in this new version of Stromgarde are the commanders. Yes, you have one way and only one way to win the battle for Stromgarde, and it is by defeating the enemy commander. Remember, that in the PvE version, I remember the commander being around here, and usually the fight will be the encounter would unleash here. I remember Rokan calling some totems. I believe he did. I didn't play the Alliance, sorry. Moving on. But there's a total of 12 commanders, each of them with their own abilities and strategies. And let me tell you now, they were designed to be raid bosses. Actual raid bosses, with entire mechanics to play around them. So it shouldn't be repetitive. You know, you have 6 commanders for the Horde and 6 commanders for the Alliance. Let me actually see if I can find the actual list of the here. Stromgarde Warfront Part 3 commanders. For the Horde we have High Warlord Cromish, Sandwalker Desco, Haldoran Brightwing, Amod or AMOD, a Machine of Death, Leaders of the Tribes, and Stonemold Clan. And for the Alliance, we have Lithva, Mardigan, Son of Carlin. Oh, by the way, Lithva was an art concept by an artist in, I think it was Art Station that I found it. I have the link, not the link, but I mentioned them. I mentioned the artist like in the part 2 of this whole document. So we have Lithva, which is a demon, a demoness, infused by the light. She was I can't remember the name of the demon race, but do you remember the Coven of Shivara? Well, that demon race. like a maiden of anguish or something. Moving on. Litva, Mardigan, son of Carlin, Falstad Wildhammer, G-Mode, Houses of Kulturas, and natives of Argus. So yes, we have actually 12 commanders, 6 for the Horde, 6 for the Alliance, so you have to learn a couple of mechanics, but it should be entertaining and challenging as well. So I hope you take your time to read some of my work and share it with other denizens of Azeroth. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching and goodbye. Take care.